So we were discussing about how Brahma's silence makes the sacrifice successful. And if he violates the silence, breaks the silence, then what's going to happen? About that, this was going on 3 months, I already studied in this part. The fourth and fifth we will go together. अथ यत्रोपाकृते प्रातरुनुवाके न पुरा परिधानीयाया ब्रह्मा व्यवदति उभे एव वर्तनी सगंस्कुर्वन्ति हीयते अन्यतरा स यथोभयपाद व्रजन् रथो वा उभाभ्यां चक्राभ्यां वर्तमानः प्रतिष्ठत्येवमस्य जब प्रतिष्ठति यज्ञं प्रतिष्ठन्तं यजमाननुप्रतिष्ठति स इष्ट्वा श्रेयान् भवति. Again, yatra when upakrite pratar anuvakya, when the hymn called as pratar anuvaka is begun, from that moment, pura paridhaniyaya, before the hymn called paridhaniya is completed, in between that period, if Brahma na vyavadati, Brahma will not break his silence, then Ubhe eva vartani sanskurvanti. Then that Brahma, by observing the silence properly, has actually sanctified both the parts of the sacrifice. Which are the two parts of sacrifice? Speech and mind. Mind is related to Brahma and speech to the other retreat. Hota, Adhvaryu and Udgata. These three people. Because they do all the work verbally. They go on chanting the mantras and at the same time do. And Brahma is just sitting, mentally seeing things. Therefore, mind path is related to Brahma and the speech path is related to the other priests of the sacrifice. Therefore, here he says, but Brahma is the person, he has got the ability, because he has got the knowledge of all the four Vedas and all the related upasanas, meditations regarding to that particular sacrifice, he knows well. Because through those meditations, he has got the ability to rectify all the mistakes done by the other priests too. Therefore, just by observing silence and doing the meditation, by seeing each and every action being done by the priests, he has got the ability to sanctify both the paths. That's why here he says, but those people have not got that right. Their capacity only, they can sanctify, rectify the mistakes of their own path. That is the only speech path. But this fellow is capable because he knows he has the knowledge of all the four Vedas, of all the meditations related to all the sacrifices. Such a person only is appointed as Brahma. Ube eva vartani sanskurvani. Therefore, here it said, then he would be indeedly sanctifying both the paths. Nahiyate anyatara. Nahiyate anyatara. Nahiyate anyatara. Neither of the two paths gets destroyed. Nahiyate. It does not get destroyed. It does not get damaged in such a way. Sayatha ubhayapad vrajan. Just opposite example is being given in the illustration. Before the illustration was what? Ekapad. A person with one leg or a chariot with one wheel will not reach the goal. He will get tired and fall down in between. Similarly, it was the yajna. It will not reach, give the full fruit. You can complete the karma, the sacrifice, but that will not give you the proper fruit for which you are doing sacrifice. That's what we can do. In the middle only it has got destroyed. Middle destruction means it's not that the karma is itself destroyed. You will be doing the sacrifice with many mistakes, but still the karma is completed, but the fruit of the karma, the sacrifice, you will not attain properly or wholly. That's what we call as destruction of the sacrifice. So just now, opposite to that example is, Ubhayappa, a person, just like a man walking with both his legs, both legs. Rathova ubhabhyam chakrabhyam vartamana, or the chariot moving on both the wheels. Pratishtati, it remains intact. It does not get destroyed and it will be able to attain the goal properly. Similarly, it's here evam asya Similarly, asya yajna prashne, this sacrificer, the performer of the sacrifice, his yajna, his sacrifice also, pratishtati, will be intact without any destruction or any damage. Yajnam pratishtantam yajamano anupratitishtati. As the sacrifice is well established, the yajamana, the performer, also gets well established. So ishtva shreyan bhavati. Therefore, that performer, having done such a sacrifice, such a Brahma, surely is going to become greater to the other sacrificers, to other performers who don't have such a Brahma. There is a Shreyan, the comparative degree is being used. Greater. Greater to in whose view? That has to be clear. Comparatively to those people who are performing the sacrifices without a proper Brahma, as mentioned here. Bhashya. Atha punar yatra Brahma vidwan maunam parigriya. Again, yatra means when Brahma. The Brahma is not that Lord Brahma of the Brahmaloka, the creator. There Brahma is just a priest, one of the priests called as Brahma in the sacrifice. Vidwan, a knowledgeable person. Maunam parigriya, he knows his duty and is imparting his duty properly. Therefore, maunam parigriya, he is persisting in his silence properly without breaking the silence. Vag visargam akurvan, you see, Vag visargam akurvan, without using his speech for any purpose, continues his silence until the karma is completed. That which karma? Especially from Pratarunvak to Paridhanya. After that also he can use his speech, or before also if necessary he can use the speech. But in this period especially, from the Pratarunvaka until the Paridhanya, until these hymns are being sung, this whole period, how much of time to wait? It was about more than half an hour. That much time he should never speak. Yavat Paridhanyaya. See, beginning from the Pratarunvaka hymn until the Paridhanya hymn is being sung. Na vyavadati. He never breaks the silence. Tathaiva sarvartija. It is not only of Brahma, even though we are discussing in this part about Brahma, similarly you understand about the other path also. Those rituals who? Hota of Rig Veda, Advari of Yajurveda, and Udgata of the Samveda, when they should also be performing their duties properly. Tathaiva sarvartija. Then what is going to happen? Ubhe eva. The same way when all other priests also are performing or imparting their duties properly without a single mistake, then what is going to happen? Ubhe eva vartani sanskurvanti. Priests to then sanctify that. Sanskar means they sanctify the karma, that sacrifice in a proper way of both the parts of the karma of the sacrifice is sanctified. Nahiyate anyatarapi, neither or none of the two is destroyed. Kimiva, like what? Ityaha. The Shruti, the Veda, the Upanishad is giving the illustration, just like what? Purvokta viprita drishtanta. Just opposite to the examples or illustrations given before. Evamasya yajamanasya yajnaha savartanibhyam vartamana. Bhashyakara is not discussing about the example much. It is clear. He does not take up the example at all. Evamasya yajamanasya yajnaha. Similar, therefore, asya yajamanasya, this performer's sacrifice, savartanibhyam vartamana, is continuing in its right two paths in a proper way. It is being going on properly. Then that sacrifice, pratishtati, is being well established. How is it being well established? Svena atmana avinashyan vartate. Without being destroyed. Avinashyan is without being destroyed. Svena atmana, in its own identity, it remains. It is remaining in its own identity without a single, just like a boy having done big work, a running race and all, he has done and come back and nothing has happened to him. Not a single scratch. A good boy has done the work without damaging himself or to the vehicle which he has used. So then it's called as he is a perfect person. Similar that yajna is well established, the perfect sacrifice, if there is no mistake from any of the priest. Svena atmana avinashyan vartati. Yajjam pratishtantam yajamano anupratishthati. Sa yajamana. And as the sacrifice is well established, therefore the performer also, because of that sacrifice, he also gets well established. That means he is going to attain the fruits in time in a proper way, and wholly is going to attain it. Sejamana. Evam Mona Vijnana Brahma Upetam Yajnam Ishtva. How is that Yajamana? How is that performer? Because he has associated into his sacrifice a priest as Brahma, as such a priest as Brahma, who has got the knowledge of this silence, proper knowledge of this silence. Mauna Vijnanavad Brahma Upeta. Yajna. Such a sacrifice, by performing such a sacrifice, Ishtva. Then by having performed such a sacrifice, he, that performer, becomes Shreyan Bhavati, Shreshto Bhavati. He becomes greater when compared to other performers who does not have such a priest as Brahma. So, now the next part, Bhashyakara says, Atha Brahmano Maunam Vihitam. Here, the previous part, the Maunam, the silence, has been enjoined as a duty to Brahma in a particular period of the sacrifice, from Pratarunavaka to Parinami. Tad Reshe, and if by chance, Tad Reshe means when that is violated, he has violated the silence, he has broke this silence, then Brahmatu Karmanicha Atha Anyasminscha, what has to be done? If Brahma violates, then the whole yajna will be destroyed. So some expiatory karma prashchita should be there for that, to rectify that mistake. Because you ate something, you got fever, that does not, you will not do anything for that. You will have to take some medicine to cure the fever. Similarly, the Brahma has done a mistake. Now there is fever in the yajna and the sacrifice. You put some medicine for that fever now, to cure that fever. Similarly, here also, as you do with your body, whenever because of some action only, we are getting some diseases, some wrong action has been done. You have eaten something wrong, or moved in a wrong climate, or some such thing has happened, due to which we get different diseases. And those are cured by medicines. Similarly here, if a Brahma does a mistake in a sacrifice, that has to be cured, that has to be rectified. How we are going to rectify that? That rectification process is to be explained very well now. For that, the next part is being begun. Tadreshe, if that Brahma violates the silence, Brahmatu Karmani, Tadreshe means Brahmatu Karmani. Not only Brahmatu Karmani, the silence or the action that has been enjoined, the vidhi for the Brahma, not only that, Atha Anyasminscha Hotradi Karmaresh. Any other duty of other priests also, the Hota, the Dvaryu, and the Utkarta. When their any action is being violated by them, for their violation there are many things. In Brahma, you are speaking of the violation of silence only. But the other ritviks, the other priests, they have got many, many places where they can do mistakes, because they are not in silence. They have to chant properly. There can be a mistake be done in chanting. Number one. Number two, they have to do action also. In action, there are many things. They have to do in a perfect consequence, which after which. There is Shodashopachara Pujan is happening. You know which step has to be done. You will not do first Alankar and then do Abhisheka. Hey, it's wrong way. How is it? Alankar karke Abhishek. First you do the Abhishekam, then you do the Alankara. So that is a consequence. So the consequence has to be proper in his mind. He cannot violate the consequence. He do the action properly in a proper consequence. There are chances to mistakes. More chances are there than Brahma. Because the consequence has to be kept in mind, the action has to be kept in mind, the coordination with the three Veda people has to be kept in mind properly. Until the chanting of that person not complete, you cannot start. in middle. You have to wait. Don't be in a hurry there. So the coordination is also most important. Consequence and coordination. Because the different rituals have to do different karma, chanting different mantras which is related to each other. The coordination, consequence, chanting and doing. All these four things are there on their head. There are more chance of doing mistakes in the other people than Brahma. But why the Chandra is taking Brahma? Because Brahma is the chief priest, the most important thing. If he is weak and he does mistakes, means everything is gone. Because the other people does mistake, then he can rectify them. But if he does mistake, who is going to rectify it? That's the problem. Therefore, importance has been given here for the mistake done by Brahma. But just by illustration, we have been told how it is possible. The two parts were discussed, how the sacrifice takes place by speech and mind. And the coordination too should be proper. The mind has to observe silence, the other has to do the job. So, during this time, if there is any mistake taking place, then what is the expiatory action? What is the prashchitta that has to be done? Hotradi karma reshe, vyarti homa. The expiatory action called Vyahrati Homa. The Farpa was not asserted. So, Vyahrati Homa here we have to do. Usually, what the Pandits do is nowadays, we don't have such quality Brahma as explained in the Upanishads. Therefore, they take one pot, small one, they put rice into it, they make a Darbha Brahma. From Darbha, they make Brahma, special grass, or they make four heads like that and they put into it. Said, oh Brahma, come and sit here. They invoke that Brahma only directly. You have to come and sit here because we don't have any Brahma available on this world, on this earth. Therefore, please you come and see the karma, any mistake, please you have to rectify them. And whoever is the most Vidvana in among them, the Acharya, once the Brahma is sent back, that rice and the pot will be given to that Acharya. So that's only way, there's no other go nowadays. Because most of the Pandits, none of them studied the Upanishads, they don't know the meditations and all, and the different karmas and different meditations in each and every karma, that much knowledge nobody has nowadays. But still what these people do? Maybe that Brahma also might forget a few minutes, will be engaged in writing the prarabdha of many people, the birth to death stories of the people. He might not give importance to this karma. Mistakes might happen. And Brahma is not rectifying also what to do. So even if we are inviting that great Brahma, but still, in the end, what this nowadays Pandits do is they do the Arati, Bhuva Swaha, Bhuva Swaha, Swaha Swaha, they give 3 ahutis. So prashchitta is done. Prashchitta is expiatory action. So prashchittam, vyarti homa, prashchittam is to be performed. Iti tadartam vyartayo vidhatavya ityaha. Tadartam, for that purpose, vyarta vidhatavya, these vyartis are to be enjoined. Ityaha. Hence the Shruti says the following mantra. These Bhu, Bhuva and Swaha, these 3 words are called as Vyahrati. Why they are called as Vyahrati? GOK. God only knows. In our school days, what we would do is, I was doing especially any answer which I could not do, especially in mathematics and all, which I cannot do, is I would write GOK. The masters could not understand what is writing this, what is this GOK. And a first rank student is writing like this. What is the meaning of there? Should be some meaning. They could not understand it all. After two years, it went on like that. The class teacher was the same person. Some teachers asked, you can ask that boy. Then the class teacher called me one day, what do you write this? What is the meaning of this GOK? I said, madam, there is a short form of some great thing. I made her more enthusiastic. She wanted to know, what is that? What is that? I said, this God only knows. GOK. She laughed like anything. He said, you are very great. I have written such a word. So, Vyahrati means Visheshena. Asamantad vicharya. Hrutavanta iti Vyahtaya. You see how Brahma got this Bhuva and Swaha. How he got it. How these Bhuva and Swaha came into existence in this world. How they have come into existence. That has to be known. That story is being given now. How Prajapati got these 3 things. Bhuva, Bhuva and Swaha. How Prajapati, the creator, got these things. Visheshena Asamantad Vicharya Hrita means Prapta. Yasmat Tasmat Vyartaya. As in because he, the creator of this world, had to do special meditation to attain this. He meditated on these three words first. Out of that he got three deities. He meditated on those deities, he got three Vedas. And he meditated on those three Vedas, he got Bhurbhuva and Swaha. Such a great thing he has to do to get it. So Visheshena he did it, and Asamantat Vicharya, meditating on this world. And what is the essence of this world? You say mud, because made earthly. But he said no. Out of this earth also he got something. He got the deities. So Visheshena, in a special way, he did it. The austerity is nothing but meditation here. He meditated on these three words properly and tried to know the quintessence, the essence, the sara, the rasa of these words. That's the Vishesha Prayatna. And now the Visheshata plus Asamanta. Each and everything he went on properly, brooding on this word, meditating on this word, each and nook and corner properly, and trying to know what is the essence of this whole being which is seen as a word. That way he went on. This is called as Asamanta. Vichari. Hridaha Prakta. Harana. He extracted, he removed from that. That's how he got this Bhurbhuva and Swaha. That's called as Vyahriti. Prajapatir Lokanabhyatapat Teshantapemananagrasam Pravrahad Agnim Pradivya Vayum Antarikchat Adityam Divaha. Prajapati, the creator of the world, Lokanabhyatapat, brooded upon these three words, or meditated upon these three words. Simpler word is meditation. Meditate upon. The actual is Abhyatapat. Abhyatapat is not meditation. Abhyat is brooding actually. But to make it easier to understand, we say he meditated upon. Because Bhashakara also says Dhyanam Chakara. It gives the meaning of this word as Dhyanam means Tapah Chachara. Dhyan Lakshan Tapah Chachara. Tesham Tapimanana. When they were brooded upon, what he got? Rasan Pravat. He extracted juices. He extracted some essence from it. Rasaiva rasa. Just like rasa. Rasa means what? Juice. Sara. The essence, the quintessence. Rasan Pravat. What were they? Prithivya Agnim. From this earth, this world, he got the deity Agni. This world exists because of Agni. If Agni would not have been, this world could not have existed at all. Because due to the Agni deity, because of him, this whole world is existing. This Agni is everywhere, in your stomach, outside. Sun is also a form of Agni. Because of this, this whole world is sustaining. And all these different forms of Agni is being presided by one deity. That deity he got as an essence from this earth. Similarly, Vayam Antarikshat. Vayam Antarikshat. From this space, the intermediate space, he found the deity called Vayu, the air deity, the presiding deity of this air. That is the thing, major thing in the space. The most important, the most essential thing, without which the space cannot exist. That's called a sara, rasa, without which the whole thing is a useless thing. And musumbi, any fruit, we remove the juice, then what is there? There is no kachada, waste. Juice is removed means that is useless. Similarly, without vayu, without air, this whole space should become useless, meaningless. Then it is called as the sara of antariksha. Agni is the sara of Prithvi, Vayu is the sara of Andriksha, and Adityam Divaha. And from the heavens, he got the sun. The sun deity. Not this sun, the deity is presiding over this sun. Has got the Abhimana over this. This is me. I am this. Just like you have got the Abhimana over this body. The body is a physical thing, but you are a non-physical spiritual being who is presiding over this body. Similarly, the sun is a physical body. A deity is presenting over that physical body, having abhimana over that, this is my body. That deity is actually the Sara of the heavens. The essence, the quintessence of the heavens. This is what Prajapati attained, the first stage of the meditation over these words. Prajapati Lokan Abhyatapa. Prajapati, the creator of the world, to know the essence of these words, he meditated upon, he brooded upon Lokan, Uddhishya, Tatra, Sara Jigrikshya. Why he meditated upon these words? Why he was brooding upon these words? Sara Jigrikshya. For the sake of perceiving or attaining the essence of these words. What did he do? Abhyatapat. Bhashakara says the meaning of Abhyatapat is Dhyana Lakshanam Tapah Chacha. He undertook an austerity in the form of meditation. Tapa means austerity. Chachara, he did. He undertook the austerity, which is of which form? Dhyana Lakshanam, meditation form. In the form of meditation, he did an austerity. Tesham tapimananam, of them having been brooded over, lokan of the words, rasan, sarupan, he extracted from them, sarupan, the quintessences of them, pravrhad, he took up, he perceived. This is you see, udhritavan, he removed out of them. Udharana means removing. And the jagraha, he perceived, he got it. These are meanings of pravrat, the Vashyakara. Pravrat means udhritavan, jagraha. Kan, what were they? That means to say, from which loka, what essence he got? Agnim rasam pradivyaha. From this prithvi, this world, the earth, he got Agni, the deity, Agni, the fire deity, as an essence he got out of this earth. Vayu mantriksha. From the intermediate space, he got Vayu, the air deity, the deity who is presiding air, he got that deity as the Sara, the essence. And Adityam Divaha, and from the heavens, the Dyuloka, the heavens, from that world he got Aditya, the deity who is presiding over this sun, with this visible sun, that as the essence. After that he thought, even these are perishable. These deities are also perishable. The question arises, why he wanted to meditate upon? Why meditate upon the lokas? Why he wanted to know the Sara of these things? Because he saw these are all perishable things. There is something which is imperishable lying behind these things. That he thought Devada. Because compared to this world, perishable world, the deities have got more life. They are more non-perishable compared to this. But he thought over even the Devatas are meant only until my life, my Brahma's age. After these deities will also be gone. Then which is that which is going to be sustaining even after that? He wanted to know that also. Then he saw, oh, that means I have to meditate upon these deities to know the essence of these deities also. That which is going to sustain without these deities too. You want to know the imperishable thing. Here the story is only of the Bhurvasva. Before you have studied, what is the essence of Bhurvasva also? Because Om. Om is the essence of Bhurvasva also. But here we will not go to that. Whatever we have studied before, but here only Bhurvasva is taken because we want to do 3 Vyavrati Homa. We are related to that. Therefore, here the meditation stopped at once he attains Bhur, Bhuva and Swa. Meditation is over at that moment. Saita Tisro Devata Bhitapat Tasantavyamananang Rasan Pravhrad Agnir Richa Vayo Rijugunki Samani Aditya. Samanyadityat, Samanyadityat, Samani Adityat. Seta Sisradevata, so that Prajapati, the creator of the world, again what did he do? To know the essence of these also. Know that content which is imperishable, which is the underlying element, substance of these deities also. In other words, you can say the philosophical word is used here, the substratum of these deities too. First he got the substratum of the worlds as these deities, in the form of these deities, and now he is meditating on these deities to get the substratum of these deities too. So he did again meditation on, he brooded upon these deities and what he attained from them. Tasantavimanam, when they were brooded over, he attained Rasan Pravrata, he again got extracted or he took up or he removed from them these essences. What? Agnirricha. From the Agni deity, he got Rigveda. From the deity Vayu, he got Yajurveda. And from the deity Aditya, the sun, he got Samaveda. Bhashyam. Punarapi evam eva. As stated before, similarly, again he evam Agnyadya Sayata Tisro Devata. Those three deities which were stated before, Agni, Vayu and Aditya. Fire, air and sun. These three deities, Sayata Tisro Devata, Uddishya, and brood upon them, completely culminating all his vrittis on these deities. Abhyatapat, he meditated upon them. Tatopi saram rasam trividyam jagraha. And from them also again he attained some essences in the form of the knowledge of the three Vedas. Sayetam trividyam abhyatapat tasyasta vimanaya rasan pravrat bhuriti rigbhya bhuvariti yajarbhya swariti samabhya. Sayetam trividyam abhyatapat. Saw that Prajapati, that creator again. Etam trim vidyam. He started to meditate on the knowledge of these three Vedas to know the essence of these knowledge also, from which these have sprouted out. So what did he do? Meditate upon those, brooded upon those knowledge. Tasya avidattayaha. When that vidya, that knowledge was very well meditated upon, what did he attain? He attained some essences from them also, extracted some essences and got it. Bhuriti Rigbhyaha, he got from Rigveda, Bhuhu, and from Yajurveda, Bhuvaha, and from Samaveda, Swaha. Sa etam punrapatapat train vidyam. That creator, etam train vidyam, these knowledge of the three Vedas, he meditated upon them too. Tasyaha vidaptayaha tapimanaya, as and when he started to brood upon them and brood over them very well, Rasan, he attained certain essences. Bhuriti vyaharatim rigbhyo jagraha. Bhuhu, this vyaharathi, he attained from Rig Vedas. Vishesh rupena asamantat vicharya paryalochya dhyanena hridah grihita yasmat tasmad vyaharatirtyuchyate. That's why these are called as vyaharathi. Vishesh rupena asamantat vicharya means paryalochya. Dhyanena hrita. He attained by special meditation. Grihita. Hrita means grihita. That's why I raised you jagraha. He attained it. He took upon. He got from it. Yes, and because it was so, therefore they are called as Vyahrati. This is the Vitpatti, derivation of the word Vyahrati. Because this is a specialty in Sanskrit. Every word is derived by the prefixes and the dhatu, the verbal root, and the suffixes. Upasarg, dhatu, or pratyay. Hashyam. Vyaharatim rigbhyo jagra. Bhuvariti vyaharatim yajurvya. From Yajurveda, he attained Bhuva, this Vyaharati. And Samabhya, Swarti Vyaharati. And from Samaveda, he attained the Vyaharati called as Swaha. Adeva. That is why Loka Deva Vedarasaha. Loka Deva Vedarasa Mahavyaharate. Therefore, these Vyaharatis are called as Mahavyaharati. Because these indeed are the quintessence of the worlds, deities, and the Vedas. Thinking the world's essence was deities. Deities' essence was the Vedas. The essence of the Vedas was also this. Therefore, the Bhurvasva are the essence of world, deity, and the Vedas. Tadjadriktorishet bhuhuswaha iti garapatye juhiyat richamev tadrasena richam viryena richam yajyas vrishtam sandadhati. Tadjadriktorishet. Tad is a kriya visheshanam here, is an adverb. It means here meaning is in that way, because it has been attained in that way. The bhu was attained from where? Rigveda. Therefore, whenever there is a mistake occurred or done by the hota, who is doing the actions related to Rigveda, that can be cured or rectified by doing bhu swaha, this expiation karma. This is the prashchitta homa. And where it has to be done? Garapatye juyat. Rikto rishyat. Rikto means when there is an injury to the sacrifice created by Rigveda karma. The action related to Rigveda, which is being performed by Hota and his assistants. At that moment, what has to be done? Bhuhu swaidi garapatye juyat. If there happens to be any such fault or injury to sacrifice due to the improper chanting or improper performance of the action related to Rigveda, which was being performed by Hota and his three assistants, the four people of Rigvedis, then you have to say Bhu Swaha. This mantra has to be chanted, and some oblation should be poured into the Garaputya fire, the fire called as Garaputya. By that, what are we going to do? Richam eva tadrasena, richam viryena. Because Bhu is what? Is the essence of Rigveda, is the power of the Viryam, is the power of the strength of Rigveda, lies in Bhu. The strength of Rigveda, the power of just like a man's strength, lies in what? In his Virya. His Virya is strong, perfect, vital, then the person is strong and vital. Similarly, what is the strength of Rigveda is Bhu. This is Richam Viryena, Richam Rasena. This Bhu is the Virya, the strength, the power of the Rigveda, and it is the rasa, the quintessence of the Rigveda. By that, by chanting that Bhu with Swaha, you have put the operation to the Garapatya. By doing so, Yagyasya Virishtam Sandhata. Yagyasya Richam Yagyasya Virishtam. In the sacrifice, that Virishtam, that injury caused by the action related to Rigveda is Sandhadati, is being cured, is being rectified, is being rejoined. There is a break that is being rejoined. Sandhadati. Bhashya. Ada tat tatra yagge yad rikta means rik sambundat ring nimittam rishyat. Therefore, tat means tatra, in that way, in that especially in that karma, in that sacrifice, yagge yat, that which is rikta, rik sambundat, related to Rigveda. What? Ring nimittam, the karma, the action related to Rigveda, which was being performed by the Hota and his assistants. Rishyat is injured, is mistaken, a fault has been created, or the break due to that mistake in the karma. Just like a fracture in your bone, it has rejoined, sandhanam. And plaster of Paris dalna padega. So yearly your rejoin, is the break has been created due to one single mistake by one retreat. You have to rejoin that karma with the previous one. In between, you have to do this prashchitta. You should not continue and do the prashchitta last. When that mistake has happened, immediately that break is created there, the break has taken place, stop there only, don't continue. First do the prashchitta, then continue. That's why the word is being used here, sandadhati. Yajna kshatam prapya. Now because yajna is almost destroyed, the break in is almost destroyed like. Bhusvaid Garapati Juya. Among three Vedic fires, the Smartha fires are there and Vedic fires are there. No, total 5 fires. Actually, in the olden days, you could see the Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya in their houses. They would have a special sacrificial kunda, yajna kunda. In that, there will be putting all around that what you call as some boundary line. They would put for 3 fires, and another out of that there will be 2 fires. Other than this one single player open space would be there for to do Thandila karma. in which these fires will not be used in this Havan Kunda, in these sacrificial points, they will not do any sacrifice, oblation will not be poured. From the smart fire, it will take on the Standila, and on that Standila, will be doing the karma. It will be a big place, it would be. 3 Vedic fires, 2 Smartha fire, and some open place to do non-Smartha and non-Vedic fire karma. Because many karma that you can't do in that just how you do now. For example, Durga Saptasati you are doing Patha. You don't do Homa. Where you do it? In which fire you are going to do? You can't do in the Vedic fires. You can't do in the smart fire. It's not related to that. There's no enjoining, and there's no such mantra which is enjoined to be done over there. So what you have to do is you pick bricks, put on that Ganga sand. That's called Standilam. Ishtika Chainam you have to do anyway. Do the Ishtika Chainam. And to purify that Ishtikas, you put some good sand, some sacrifice, some spiritual or pure sand of some good river or some such thing, or sand places you have to collect from sand places. Saptamritika. And bring all that and put there. And then that will be purified. Once that has been done, now put the fire on there. For that fire also you bring from the Smartha fire. Light it up from that. Or by Arani Mantram you have to remove separately. And that only you have to do all such karmas. Therefore, such big Yagakunda, those people were having in the olden days. So that's why here he says, this is a Kriya Vishishana. Where you have to do? You have to do the Garapati Agni only. Then only the Prashita has been done. Because all the karma is done where? In Ahvaniya. But this Prashita has to be done in Garapatya. Sa tatra prashchiti. And that karma, that action which you are doing is nothing but a prashchita, is an expiatory karma action. In that case, for that particular, many times you have to do many times prashchita also. If again and again a mistake is being done, again and again you have to do the prashchita. Therefore, tatra, for that particular fault, this has been done. Again, if you do a fault, again you have to do. Katham, why? By this you are doing the rectification has been taken place. Richameva taditi kriya visheshanam, you say. Richameva tat. Tat is, the word is an adverb, kriya visheshanam. In that way, or by doing so. By saying, by chanting Bhuswaha, you have put oblation to the Garapatya. By doing so, or in that way. This phrase is being stated here by the word tat. Rasena richam viryena ojasa richam. Because this word is richam rasena. This is the essence of the Rigveda. Who is the essence of Rigveda? It is the power, the vital force that is making the Rigveda to sustain within itself. Such a thing is called as rasa. This is bhuhu. Richam yagyas rik sambandhino. Therefore, whenever such a fault or mistake or injury has been occurred to the yajna, the sacrifice, due to the mistake done by the Hota and his assistants related to Rik Sambandhina, the action related to Rigveda, Yagyas Virishtam. That Virishtam is Vichinnam. In one way, it is disconnecting. There is a break in the chain of the karma, the action being taken place. The concept was going on continuously. Suddenly a break came up because of the fault. Just like chain pullers in train. Train is going on smoothly, nicely, and something, they pull the chain. Everything comes to a halt there. There's no other go. The train comes to a halt. Similarly here, the chain puller, just like a chain puller, the karma, because the fault done by a twig, by the Hota and his assistance, the whole karma comes to stand still. Now do the prashchita first, then come back to the karma. Therefore he says, vichinnam bhavati, there is a disconnection. Because of that, kshatarupam utpannam, because of that form of energy which has the injury which has been created, what has to be done? Sandadadi, pratisandate is being, by doing so, sandadati, as you are enjoining them, you are rejoining them, you are curing them, you are rectifying that part. Athirya ajustorishit bhuvasvaita dakshinagno juyad ajushame vadatrasena ajushamiryena ajushamyagyas vrishtam sandadhati. Again, when, yadi, by chance, if the priest related to Yajurveda. Who is he? Advaryu and his assistants. In performing their rites, do any mistake, reshape, create an injury to sacrifice, then Bhuvasvaha, then they have to chant Bhuvasvaha, this mantra, and put an oblation, pour an oblation in the Dakshinagni, in the fire called as Dakshinagni. Juhya. Yajusham evatadrasena. By doing so means by chanting Bhuvasvaha and have put the oblation to Dakshinagni, which is, what is the Bhuva? It is the Yajusham rasena. It is the rasa, the quintessence of Yajurveda, and is the power, the essential vital element of Yajurveda. That by that you have done the expiatory action. Therefore, what you have done by that doing so, Yagyasya Yajusham Virishtam Sandhati. That injury which was created by the mistake done by Yajurvedi Brahmanas in that particular sacrifice has been now rejoined or has been cured or rectified. Atha yadi yajushto means yajurnivittam rishye. Then if by chance any injury occurs due to the improperly performing the sacrifice or wrongly chanting the mantras or so regarding the Yajurveda, related to Yajurveda, initiate Bhuvasvaha Dakshinagni Juhat, then the expiatory karma is for them. What they have to do? They have to say, chant the mantra Bhuvasvaha and put certain oblations into the Dakshinagni fire. Samanitya Reshe. And similarly now, the next mantra also be taken Bhashakara resting together. Ate Samadorishet Swahasvait Yahavariye Juhyat Samnam Evadadrasena Samnam Viryena Samnam Yajyasya Vrishtagun Sandadhati. Atha, then if by chance Yadi Samadorishet, the person has done who is that person? The priest Udgata and his assistant Subramanya, etc. If they do any mistake and cause an injury to the sacrifice, in that case, Swaswaha, you have to chant the mantra Swaswaha, iti Ahvaniya Juhya. Chanting so, you have to pour certain oblations into the Ahvaniya fire, the main fire only. Tadrase, why? By doing so, that means by doing so, in that way, you have done means you have actually taken into consideration the essence of Samaveda. What is that? Swaha. Tadra Samnam Rasena. Samnam Virena. The power, the vital element of Samaveda has been used here for the expiation. Is it not? Therefore, Yajyasya Samnam Virishtam, in that particular sacrifice, the injury related to Samveda which has been occurred has been Sandhati, has been rectified or that been cured. Bhashya. Samanimitya Reshe. If the injury is caused due to the actions related to Samaveda, then Swahaswaha, having chanted this mantra, Swahaswaha, iti Ahvaniya Juhyat, certain obligations will have to be poured into the fire called as Ahvaniya. Tatha Purvadi Yajnam Sandhati. By doing so, Tatha means by doing so, similarly, this expiatory action has actually cured the yajna, the sacrifice, just like the other people's mistake has been done. Brahma Nimitya Turreshe, which has not been told here now. Bhashakara is taking over. Brahma Nimitya Turreshe, Trishu Agnishu, Trisubir Vyapradir Juhya. And if there is an injury caused by Brahma, by breaking his silence, the only karma is this, breaking the silence, nothing else. There are different things you can't say, particularly what particular mistake you can't counter. But here you can count it out. You can say, if you break the silence, then what has to be done? You will have to pour oblations in all the three fires, chanting all the three Vyaharatis. Bhuswaha in Garapatye, Bhuvaswaha in Dakshinagnav, and Swaswaha in Ahvani. Tisru Vyaharatvir, Trishu Agnishu, Juhyat. Traya Vidyaya Saresha, because that injury is related to all the three Vedas. Because Brahma is having the knowledge of all the three and is performing silence to cure the mistakes, to rectify the mistakes done by the three Veda people. And if he himself does, that means he is doing the mistake of all the three Vedas together. is related to all the three Vedas. How you know that? He says Shruti, this Aitriya Brahmana, 25:8. 25th chapter, 8th Anuvaka in Aitriya Brahman. Adakena Brahmattamidi Anyayu Triya Vidya. How does a priest attain Brahmatva? How he can acquire Brahmatva? That means how he can become capable of becoming the Brahma priest in a sacrifice. What is the qualification? How are you going to attain that? He says, Triya Vidya eva. By having the knowledge of all the meditations related to all the three Vedas. Only such a person who has attained such a knowledge can become Brahma in a sacrifice, in an yajna. Nyayantrava mrityam brahmatva nimityareshe. Or you have to find out some other rule. Some other rule has to be sought or suggested here. How are you going to attain Brahmatva? But the Anandagiri says actually, you need not do 3 yajna at all. 3 homa, bhusvaha, bhusvaha, 3 agnis. As Shankaracharya has told, Acharya said you have to do in all the 3 fires, 3 Vyaharati homa. And for that, why he has to do? Because he has got the knowledge of 3 Vedas, and what is the mistake done by him is related to all the 3 Vedas. They will do all the 3 expiatory karma. At the same time, Bhashyakara himself is giving another chance there. It is not a rigid rule that you have to do this expiatory karma, bhusva, bhusva, swasvaha. He says, Nyayantram va mrugyam. Or study the Karmaganda books and try to know if there is any other rule by which this can be rectified. It is there. There is knowingly has stated this. Because in and some other certain people, because every shaka have got their own Dharma Shastra. Their own Shraut Sutras are there. Apastam Sutra, Vashana Sutra, South Sutra Granthas different, Kalpa Sutra Granthas are different. But different Veda, different shakas. Therefore, for Brahma's mistake in different shakas, different solution has been given. Prashchitta has been given. In one shaka, it is very clearly told, nothing need be done. Brahma has violated the silence. He knows that I have violated that. This is not a fool. If I violate my silence, will I not be knowing that I have violated my silence? I will be knowing that I have violated my silence. Therefore, without doing any external activity of pouring oblations as such, just by meditation, he can cure his mistakes. Yes, Anand stated very clear. Sampradya seva eka vedakatva prasiddha hai brahmana sarvedartha vigyasya. One Veda person has to do the expiatory karma. A person who has got more knowledge, why he has to do this external activity? Jnana mahatmya naiva. Got that? The last sentence of Anagiri. Jnana mahatmya naiva dosha nirasat nanyat prashchittam videyam. By the power of the knowledge that he has got, by that only he can cure, he can rectify the dosha, the injury or the fault that has been occurred by him, the mistake that he has done, he can cure it by himself, just by his knowledge. So, nanyat prashchittam, no expiatory external karma will be enjoined for him. Iti. Keeping this in mind, Bhashyakara said, Nyayantram va mrigyam brahmatva nimitte reshe.